Hello traders, and welcome to the weekly outlook and setups volume 31. It's Iliya here, and as always we're gonna have a look at how the market developed this week and what do we expect for the upcoming one. So all the holidays are over right now. We had the first week of January passed. We had NFP this week, which really sets in motion the markets, and I think they are really ready to move, and we're about to have an amazing 2020. So as always, if you're new to this channel, it's all about trading, giving you advice, everything about trading and investing as well, psychology. I will be starting to post more and more content during the new year. So make sure to hit the subscribe button to support this channel. Hit a like button if you eventually like this video, and let's get straight into the analysis. As always, starting with analyzing the DXY in order to judge the dollar, who is in charge, bulls or bears, and what do we expect for the week ahead. So just looking from the daily price action, we can clearly see that the market is descending, right? We had this massive push to the downside, this lower low, perfect lower high here. We had a lot of manipulation here at Christmas. Then the market pushed to the downside to create another lower low, and currently we have the market pushing up with quite a lot of momentum, but we can see the last 2 days that the market started to slow down a little bit. So that's important thing to mark. And right now we're going to jump to the 4-hourly time frame, knowing that on the daily we have a potential lower high sitting in this area. So what do we have on the 4-hourly time frame? We have this bullish structure. We had this consolidation we looked at the beginning of the week. It was this level where price came again here, tested, tried to push to the downside, failed to make a lower low, which is an indication that the bulls are taking the market. Then the market pushed to the upside again, tapped this area, tried to push down, gap down, fill up the gap, and then a continuation to the upside. However, from the daily, we know that this is a potential lower high. We have a beautiful double top here on the 4-hourly time frame, nice engulfing candle showing that the bears are really entering into this market, and a little break of this structural area. So I am more sell bias than buy bias on the DXY. What I want to see, guys, potentially is the market to come in here to test this level again and fail to break it, or a market open to see the continuation of the dollar, the continuous selling pressure, and then a potential pullback here to form that lower high, which will be my real confirmation. But I can see that we have a potential head and shoulders setup here, and that's what I said, that it will be beautiful for the market to come back here for the last time to make that double top or triple top, and then I will be looking for sales. But overall, sell bias on the DXY. Let's see if EURUSD supports this bias. Having a look at EURUSD daily time frame, I think after analyzing the DXY, we're really getting an idea what is going to happen in the market next week. Clearly, we are seeing an uptrend. This is the last daily higher low, this area here, and as we can see right now, price is failing to break below it, which means that we're still in an uptrend. Although on the 4-hourly we already had a little lower high here, a lot of short opportunities on this way down. So even on the daily we can see that we have a little bit of a sloppy 1 2 3 formation, morning star, a nice wick here to the downside, a nice indecision creating a consolidation possibly on the 4-hour time frame. So that's from the daily. Let's check my main time frame. So what we can see, that price really stood above the structure. Price created this beautiful lower high here, perfect selling opportunity, pushed nice to the downside, another selling opportunity right here, and then entered into this consolidation as we have marked on the daily. So what can I see now here is a slowdown, choppiness, 1 2 3 formation, massive bullish pressure. What I want to see in this market is to really break this to show me that it is staying above this consolidation box, come back for a quick retest, just a little pullback higher low, and then I will be looking to ride this market to the upside, because knowing that from the daily this is a higher low, we can expect a very big push to the upside to create that higher high. However, as day traders, I will be looking just to trade for the day. So a quick retest here after the break, a quick retest, then I will be grabbing this trade and riding it potentially to this area, which will act as some sort of support and resistance. Having a look at EURJPY daily time frame, so just quickly dropping in some levels from the daily. What I can see is that we have a massive daily level in here that created this double top neckline, break of the neckline, trial to retest, price failed to break below, I can see a massive liquidity area in here, maybe best seen on the 4 hourly, and then the market continued with a lot of bullish pressure. So as we're bullish on the Euro USD, we should be bullish on this one. And as we can see, that price created this beautiful double bottom here, broke the neckline, and is currently trading above, creating this higher high. What I want to see on this pair is a little retest, potentially around here, this area. We can always plot a Fibonacci to expect the retracement. Possibly 38.2, maybe it can come back to the 50%, 61.8 as well, but that will create a little downtrend here, possibly on the hourly and on the 15-minute. So what I want to see, just very simply, is a pullback on EURJPY for long bias and potential target this daily area. Very simple analysis, but price action is not too clear right now, so I will be waiting for more structure to form. Very similar structure to the one of EU is Aussie USD. So what we can see that the overall direction of this market is up. After creating this massive high here, price pulled back, but with massive momentum. But then again, recognize this was the last higher low of this market. Price exactly found support here, created a little consolidation here on the 4 hourly, and right now we're having the breakout with a daily close above. So I think that this market is going to skyrocket right now. So we can see that a Fibonacci level was not respected, but we can always expect that a higher high would be created, possibly the 27% extension. So dropping to the 4 hourly, we can clearly see beautiful consolidation here, beautiful manipulation as well, massive close above. This is how I want to see price on the Euro USD. Was it Euro USD? Yep, exactly. So a nice break above and price staying above, and then potentially coming back for a quick retest here, so I can get a sniper entry, and then we can have a massive swing trade. So on this occasion, I will not day trade this, I will swing trade it, because on the daily, this is at a higher low, and we can expect a new uptrend to the upside. So very nice opportunity on Aussie USD. Make sure you capitalize on this one. AUDJPY daily time frame, we can see this is even more bullish than Aussie USD. So what we have here is overall bullish trend, price creating this higher high. However, on this occasion, we had broken this little area in here with a massive bearish close, but we can see price encountered a lot of support here from this area. We see here days of consolidation and price failing to break above, and we can see how price just threw a quick wick here and then potentially was expecting to go up, and it did. So overall bullish bias from the daily. Checking the 4 hourly, I think price is very overextended right now. Price is pushing so hard. So what I want to see, I even took a trade here, a long trade, after I saw the momentum pushing, and I managed to get my day trading setup to ride this pair to the upside. And my potential target was around here, which perfectly got fulfilled, but I took profits even earlier. So what I expect on this one is just a clear pullback, possibly a retest back of this broken structure, but just a clear higher low that will indicate me that the exhaustion has happened, because I always buy and sell after exhaustion. So this is what I'm looking at: pullback, higher low, and then a potential ride up here to that daily area. We can see we can mark like this. That's my setup on AJ. The NZDs have been a little bit confusing to me this week. So looking at the daily time frame, we had perfectly created this higher high, 1, 2, 3 formation, triggering all the sellers, and right now we're having the pullback. So trying to guess where price may find support is this area that is a higher low, and this potential area here of you see how much interaction we had here, how much indecision, and then the price broke out and currently retesting it back. So dropping to the 4 hourly, we can clearly see where price is finding support here, but deleting all the levels because I don't trade support and resistance, we can clearly see that this is still in a downtrend. The most recent price action is downtrend, and as a day trader, I want to see the 4 hourly shift first. So what I'm marking on this level is my structure. So what I can see, that price created a lower high, pushed down for a lower low, and is currently pulling back to create a potential lower high. In order to buy this, what I need is either a double bottom here, and really to show me that there is rejection, then a potential break of the previous lower high, and that is when this trend will be established. And then we can look for pullbacks. That is the first pullback, and then we will have waves to the upside. Or from this scenario, if a lot of bullish pressure enters into the market and closes above and breaks this lower high, then I potentially will wait for a little pullback to grab this long opportunity, and again I will ride this pair up. So two scenarios on this one: price falling down for a double bottom and finding support, really showing me those rejections, or price breaking above the lower high and creating a new uptrend. NZDJPY, what I can see from the daily time frame is that I am sell biased on this market, which is not too good, and I'm gonna show you why. So just dropping a little liquidity area in here. As you can see here on the daily, price has failed to break above for 3 days, creating a very strong resistance level on the 4 hourly, which we're about to see. We had this massive grab of liquidity to the downside, but price pushed and failed to continue for a day and failed to continue for 2 days. Actually, this may be a very nice Fibonacci here, which is a perfect 61.8%. So I think that this is a beautiful setup here, aligning for a short. Deleting the fib because it got pretty messy. We can see that how perfectly this level is failing to break. And what I'm monitoring right now here is a potential double top. So we have 2 4-hour candles of rejections here. If we have a nice bearish candle printing on Monday, really showing me that there are bears, I will look for a little pullback to grab a sell. And potentially the highest probability trade is if price breaks below this area, creates a new lower low, and then potentially we will have a new downtrend. But that is how I'm looking at this market. So let's see if it plays out. But it is sell bias, which is not aligning with most of the pairs. But as always, we're sticking with structure. USDJPY, interesting setup, is aligning. Just looking at the daily at this massive supply zone. So you see every time price tapped here, it created a new downtrend, and currently price is just tapping here and creating a daily pin bar. So dropping to the 4 hourly time frame, we saw a massive overextended push on the 4 hourly, and I was shouting to my communities, don't take shorts, wait for that bearish pressure first. And we see price drove all the way to this supply area, and currently we're having a beautiful 1 2 3 formation and some introduction of selling pressure. What I want to see though is a pullback again, another rejection, potentially a new lower low, and then I will be looking for that lower high, because this is just a reversal trade, which are not too high probable for me personally, but we might have a potential short here on USDJPY. And if USDJPY goes to the downside, we will have a beautiful sale on NJ as well. So let's see how this plays out. It looks very good at this massive area in the market, but I just need more confirmation, either a double top or price pushing down and creating a lower high. No rush to enter on this one yet. Pretty confusing structure on USD Swiss franc, and that is why I'm using black candles, because you can clearly see what is happening without a distraction of the colors. So if I switch the colors right now, let me see if this is it. Yeah, so you see bullish candle, bullish candle again, bearish, bullish, bearish, and you cannot just focus on the structure. So but just looking at this market, it is actually consolidating on the daily, and usually a lot of people would have bought after this massive bullish candle, and that's why colors tend to influence a lot. But what we can see here on the 4 hourly time frame is that price just has no direction. So price tried to break this consolidation, failed to break it. Currently we have a little higher low formation here, but I am not going long, either short. If your USD is about to go down or up, this should go down, because they're very negatively correlated. So I will make sure to monitor this one for a potential break of this one, a potential retest, and then we might have a new downtrend introduced, and this is only if your USD pushes to the upside. We have an overall downtrend on this one. We had a nice break of this trend line here, a perfect retest, nice selling pressure. This may be the pullback of this whole move, a little consolidation. So let's see, always looking in between the lines, but no opportunity for now on this one. What I want to see is either price to pull back to create a head and shoulders here. You see left shoulder, head, right shoulder, and then a break and retest of this area, or just continuous selling pressure, pull back, and then potentially we can have a day trade back into the support of the consolidation, or just have faith that if your USD starts pushing up, this will create a new lower low. That's on USD Swiss, not too nice price action. USD Canada is potentially aligning for something. So looking at the daily, price is clearly down. Everyone can identify this, but I can see a daily zone here being respected. So we had the perfect lower low, and in expectations of the lower high, we can potentially plot this Fibonacci area here, and we can see how price perfectly came back to test this lower low, 61.8% Fib, 1.31 key level, which you have to mark on your charts, and this area. Tons of confluences. However, how do you approach this trade? Well, you see price just tapped here with a massive bullish candle and then immediately reversed, making a U-turn. Price then gave us a little pullback here, a potential opportunity, and broke to the downside again. So deleting absolutely everything to keep the chart clean, but always do such analysis to know where price action is and what potentially may happen. So after analyzing the daily and the 4 hourly in depth, I am short bias. What I want to see, I mark my last area of interaction. So I would either want to see price come back in here to create a double top, price reject here to create that lower low, push to the downside to introduce a new downtrend, and then a potentially pull back at this area, because yet price is pushing up. You can see on the 4 hourly, this could be a higher low as well in order for price to push up. So I would like to see structure firm first a little bit before jumping in, but overall the bias is sales. So let's see if that happens. Let's have a look at the GBPs. So starting with GU as always. So a little confusing price action here. So what we can see is that price found a resistance here, potentially at this level. We don't know if this is what caused this reaction, but price pushed nicely to the upside, printed a rejection and a massive bearish daily engulf. Then we had a little slowdown here, which was a retest of previous area. Price attempted to push up for a day, failed to do so, then tried to do again and failed to do so again, creating a level in the market here. So potentially we're gonna see this on the 4 hourly. So it is debatable what we can expect on this market, because we are still in an uptrend. This massive push to the upside may be creating a double top here on the daily, but I want to see the structure shift. So let's see on the 4 hourly. We already have a new downtrend established here, and I think we took a setup here in the community. So what was it? We had this lower high here, price pushed down, created another lower high here with a lot of wicks, then price broke and perfectly retested this area for this opportunity, but you can see slowdown of price action. So knowing how the daily is a little bit confusing. So what I'll do is I will just mark my last areas in the market, which is this and this, and potentially wait for price to come back in here to test this level again to see a rejection or make a new lower low, and then wait for a pullback, because price is currently in the middle of nowhere. I don't want to trade it, and always make sure to know where is your daily support and resistance so you don't encounter anything for example, if price taps this area and you're short bias, don't think later why price pushed so strongly to the upside. So checking GJ, what we can see here on the daily time frame, push to the downside, pull back, potential lower high. This could be a double bottom, so we have to check on the daily, on the 4 hourly, sorry. Price makes for sure the double bottom with this wick, attempts to push up, but it's failing to break, creating a level in the daily on the 4 hourly. Checking the 4 hourly quickly. I clicked the wrong button. 4 hourly, we can clearly see the double bottom here, the daily level that was created with those two wicks. So we have a beautiful double top here, massive bearish engulf. So what I want to see right now is for price to pull back a little bit, potentially for the last touch, or for price action to continue pushing down, introduce that selling pressure and a pullback. So I am for sure short bias on GJ. Beautiful opportunity, beautiful double top, potential support here, which is too far away. So we have a lot of space to capitalize on. So make sure to grab a nice entry around this area and ride this pair back to the downside. GA, massive push to the downside, potentially pulling back at this Fibonacci level, 50% perfection at 91. I'm not sure if I mentioned this in the previous analysis, but it played out to perfection. So what we saw is was this consolidation. I think that was the time we were analyzing this market. Then the price broke, perfectly retested, massive selling pressure, came back up again, lower high, massive selling pressure to the downside. Very sell bias on this one. Very simple analysis, just waiting for price to pull back. Possibly it may pull back around this area here. Yeah, which looks perfect, but the last lower high was up here, so price is allowed to pull back anywhere in between here without breaking above this one. So a very short bias on GBPAUD. And checking a GBPCAD, a pair that was requested in the comments. Let me have a look at the daily. So massive push phase here into the market, a massive uptrend as we can all see. Then the price looks like it's invalidated this, created a new lower high in this market and pushed to the downside, creating yeah, it could be a lower low, or we shall see if it's a double bottom. So massive selling pressure, and then we have days of consolidation here. So I do expect very ugly price action on the 4-hourly. Yeah, a clear consolidation, guys. So how I would approach this market is just to wait for a break either above or a break either below, and then a retest. So I don't trade consolidations too much. If price comes back at the major area, if I see the rejections and if I get my entry, I can potentially enter this one with TP back to the bottom support. But it's always good to wait for the break and the retest, because that's the most high probability setup. And checking EURGBP, what do we have here? I can see a daily double bottom. And on the 4-hourly, what we can see is a strong liquidity spot here that price is failing to break. Potential higher low, massive bullish. So yep, I'm clear what I want to see. I want to see a break of this liquidity spot and a quick retest. So price action pulled back for higher low, currently in the push phase. So if this market is going to turn into an uptrend, it has to create a higher high, and then I will wait for that higher low to catch it. And I think there is a lot of bullish potential after this. You can see we have a lot of levels here in the market on the left that price may struggle with. So make sure to note this, but overall I am buy bias on EURGBP, which means that I will be sell bias on the GBPs. Let's have a look at what happens with CAD yen. So what I can see from the daily time frame is that price created some sort of a double bottom here, which is a massive liquidity area at 83.0. You can have this on your charts as well. And currently price is testing 84. So it's playing in between this 100 pip range. So make sure to note this, as price just tapped this area and made a nice daily indecision candle. What we can see on the 4-hourly is that the price action was clearly up. Price created this beautiful lower high formation here, pushed to the upside, broke this area but failed to continue. So confusing price action for now. What I want to see is I see a very little area in here. So if price is going to support here, but the highest probability setup will be a nice break above 84, and then I will wait for the continuation, because price may be stuck in a consolidation right now, because we saw this massive area that was failing to break. This could be a fake out of this area, and price may just continue to push to the downside back at the support. Make sure to note this. CAD Swiss franc is super consolidating, so I removed it from my watch list. Maybe we'll check it after a month. CAD yen looks better, but we can potentially expect a consolidation in here. So no trading opportunity on this one. My chart became too messy, but overall the levels I will be looking at is this major higher low, the 84 key level, and how price is behaving around it. And if we have a break below the structure and a retest, then we can watch to take a short to 83.0. And finally, gold, which has been on a rampage. So let's see what happens with this one. From the daily, we saw a massive spike here to around 1610, and a massive rejection here, and the candle closed bearish. So that was just a massive move just for a day. As you can see, this is around 600 pips just for a day. So just massive. But what I can see right now is that price is forming some sort of support here. Checking the 4-hourly. We can see the massive selling pressure from here, price breaking below this area, and I will sell bias up at that point. Then we saw a little consolidation here, and price currently is breaking above the consolidation. So what we can expect on this one is a potential head and shoulders around this area. You can see left shoulder, head, potential pullback here. We can plot our Fibonacci tool as well, which kind of aligns with this area. The 61.8 and the 50% are in between this one, so it looks good. Overall, short bias, but this does not mean that I cannot take long bias on that, long trades on that way, because I see that this consolidation was broken. You can clearly see on the hourly time frame. So if I get a quick pullback here, retest higher low formation, then I will ride this pair up to this area. So that's my setup on gold. Let's see if it plays out. I am long-term short bias, but let's see if this plays out. So that's for this week, guys. I really hope you liked the video and I managed to provide you with some insights of how I am looking into the market. I make this analysis super simple, guys, just giving you the bias and the market structure, because I base my analysis on market structure, and I really hope you like it. If you did, hit the like button and tell me in the comments what you like and what you don't like. So thank you for staying up until now, guys. Make sure to subscribe, make sure to check out the masterclass we offer. It's of huge value and we have a few options. So if you're interested in me becoming your mentor, make sure to get in touch with me via Instagram or email. So thanks for staying up until now. I really appreciate it, and see you on my next video.